I think our era of local or regional hegemony in the Middle East is over. I think we're going to be swept completely out of the Persian Gulf. But there are going to be new rules, and we're not going to be there. I mean, why would you welcome us back in? Because the population certainly doesn't want us there. That's increasingly obvious. The ruling elites wanted us there on the assumption that we would protect them. Well, we've turned out to be incapable of protecting them. So this whole notion of deterrence has been lost. And I don't think this bombing campaign is going to restore it. So right now, you know, this whole thing is burning down the economy. Everything that needs petroleum is absent from all the major countries in the world except ourselves, and to some extent also in Egypt, or excuse me, Europe. So I don't see us achieving the real goal, which is that you know, we have a sort of battleship Missouri ceremony where Trump steps up and accepts the surrender of Iran. I don't see that occurring, and I don't think the Chinese or the Russians will let that occur.
What will the Chinese and Russians do if it looks as though the United States is effectively degrading the infrastructure and governmental structures in Iran?
Well, China has, of the two, the greatest interest in the permanent survival of the Iranian state and nation. They're not going to welcome any attempts to break it up. The Russians won't like it either. Now, the Russians want to finish up the war in Ukraine, and I think that's their primary focus. I think the Chinese will continue to provide whatever intelligence support, whatever missiles, whatever technical support that they can. They do have some Chinese pilots on the ground who could conceivably fly Iranian aircrafts, and some of those aircraft are of Chinese manufacture. I don't think it's gotten to the point yet where that is seen as a necessity. You know, we really haven't made a dent in this enormous missile arsenal. The missiles are continuing to land on Israel without much difficulty. And I think they're going to continue to try and hit us at sea. Now, we're pulling back and as far away as we can get to hopefully stay out of range, but we're discovering that some of these missiles have a greater range than we really anticipated. So I think right now, Moscow and Beijing are watching carefully to see where this goes. But we should be careful in the United States not to declare victory. Yes, I'm sure we have air supremacy in the northwest of the country.